To compute a student's grade point average, GPA, for a term, the student's grades for each course are weighted by the number of credits for the course. Suppose a student had these grades. And remember, A is 4.0, B is 3.0, C is 2.0, and D is 1.0. I think you know that. So suppose the student had these grades. They had a B in a 5-credit math course, a C in a 3-credit music course, a B in a 5-credit chemistry course, and a D in a 6-credit journalism course. What's the student's GPA for that term, round to 2 decimal places? Okay, so how do we go about figuring this out? This is called a weighted average. It is an average. It's the average grade. So we're trying to figure the GPA is grade point average. It's the average grade. So it's a fancy average called a weighted average. What we mean is, like, the B here is going to have a big effect because it's a 5-unit course. The D is going to have the biggest, though, because that's in a 6-unit course. So that's a heavier weight, right? So the more credits the course is, the more important that grade is because it weighs in more heavily. Whereas the 3-unit music course, that the C in that class is not going to weigh in very heavily because it's the lowest weight. So it's called a weighted average. And so how you do it is you take the grade number multiplied by the credits or the units plus so this is the first grade number times the first class number of units, and then we take the second grade number times the number of credits for the second class plus etc. And then you divide all of that, let me try that again, we divide all of that by total number of credits or units. So there's the formula for a weighted average. Let's crank it out. So it's going to be, in fact, let me just get a little more room back here. It's going to be the first class, that's a B, and that's 3.0, isn't it? Or I'll just say 3. Well, I'll go 3.0. 3.0, so that's 3.0 times 5 units. Next, the C, 2.0 times 3 units plus this B here, 3.0 times 5 units. And then this D, 1.0 times 6 units, all divided by total number of units or credits, 5, right here, just adding these up. 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 6. Okay, let's see what comes of this. So this is going to be just using your calculator. You can use your calculator by hand. So 15, 6 over, what's that, 10, 19. So that's going to be 30 and 12, 42 over 19. So if you divide that on your calculator, I'm getting 2.21. 2.21. So that would be the GPA, the grade point average. So do you see how we figured that out? We're basically multiplying every grade by the number of credits. The grade times the number of credits. That's how it's weighted. So that's why grades of higher unit classes like these ones end up weighing in more heavily. You multiply by the number of credits and you add all that up and you divide by the total units because it's an average, right? We're finding the average grade per credit. So you got to divide by the number of credits, 2.2. And that means on average, what's a 2.0? 2.0 is a C and a 3.0 is a B. So this person has a grade point average. It's between C and B, isn't it? This person is, whoops, get rid of that. So between C and B, the two closer to the C, the 2.0, and the B, the 3.0. So there's the GPA calculation. That's how they calculate your GPA. for whatever classes you take each semester.